extremism. Carlson, one of the dogs of MAGA extremists, coming to Canada to talk about generally stuff, you know, how our country's doing and all that. But he was called a dog of MAGA extremism. Guess a dog whistle. For some reason, Canadians are now MAGA. It kind of makes sense, you know. America is a big continent, you know. So making America great, not such a bad idea. Hi, Dagger Spells. Good to see you. We're pretty shy on people here. We'll give a few minutes for everyone to roll in if anyone comes along. Should see Scotty boy. We don't have a lot to show you today. There's a lot to talk about. Specifically, the MAGA extremists in Canada, or that went through Canada. Tucker Carlson there. Caused quite an uproar. I can't find the speech, but Justin Trudeau also had a complete meltdown on film over Tucker Carlson coming to Canada. Part of the play, I guess. Hi, James. Good to see you. So he came to Canada and caused a huge stir. He got huge crowds, which is pretty cool. I think what they're doing is they're trying to gauge what they think they can get away with, because they have to practice right at the moment. They have to practice manufactured consent on things. And right now, I think what they're doing with these people is they're actually taking a gauge of the population just to see how unpopular a lot of these things are. And in Canada, it really raged. Like in Canada, like you imagine 300,000 people in Canada signing a petition recently to get us out of the UN. I think it was the UN or NATO. And, 300,000 doesn't sound like a lot, but in Canada, we're 1/10 of your population. So 300,000, that's like 3 million in the US. So it's a huge difference. I was just watching Adapt 2030. He was talking about the farmers. Yeah, now there's huge protests going on all over the world. A lot of places that we don't even hear about. Madrid, Moldova, a lot of European countries are up about the farms. Let me just check my, oops, excuse me, check my feed here. See, I did a farmers protest expose last weekend. Might as well do one this weekend. See, I'll just share the feed with you and we'll roll through just the titles. Let's see here. We're hoping that Marlene will show up. She sent us a gift. Let's see, where are we there? There we go. Dutch farmer protests. German. Farmers protest continues in Germany. Germans protesting farmers continue into January 2024. French farmers join Europe farmers protest. Awesome. Exploitation. French farmers protest exploitation. Interesting. German farmers protest. New footage. What was the French thing? More than 300 farmers tried to storm a supermarket in Avergon, France, setting fire to barricades in front of its doors, occupying its parking lot with tractors in protest against unfair payment. The Young Farmers Union, which led more. No, hold on. It's quite a fire. Um, the Young Farmers Union, which led the protest, emphasized they are working at a loss under pressure from large-scale retail negotiators to cut prices. Through this cry of alarm, we are denouncing the measure announced by our government, which is slow in coming, and promises that have not been kept. French government is failing to deliver on promises to protect farmers from exploitative corporate policies. We're fed up. Today we can't take it anymore. We have to go out into the street, said another union spokesperson. The protest continued, a broad trend in several EU countries, with farmers rising up against working conditions and regulations linked to EU laws. The protest echoes last week-long farmers' revolt in Berlin, Germany. Similar protests have erupted in the Netherlands, Belgium, and other EU countries. Interesting. They're all right-wing extremists, I guess. Dutch protest farmer compilation. Dutch farmers protest against the government over emissions. In several places across the country, farmers have blocked supermarkets, distribution centers. Fishermen have blocked the lock of Iljumend. Okay. One of the fishermen has said that they want to. Let's see. Making a bunch of noise. It's cool. One of the fishermen said that they wanted to hinder the commercial shipping with the action. Cool. Oh, cause a lot of starvation, won't it? Kind of furthering along the plans, right? So these French farmers running around destroying roads and infrastructure, they're really kind of feeding into what's going on, right? Hi, F. Kitty. Hi, Turamore. Hi, Loretta. Good to see you. Hi, B. Freeman. Hi, The Last Resort. People are waking up to this globalist BS all over the world. In my estimation, that's what the last 4 days have been all about. Could be. I thought the USA was having farmer protests, but I guess we have to really feel the food crunch before we give a poop. Well, they're actually ahead of it. So you guys have got your trucker strike going on right now, and you don't want that conflicting with the really overlapping and overshadowing the border at the moment. There we go, damn phone. I am way out of it at the moment. Okay. Sorry to hear that, B. Freeman. All this is planned by AI. Yeah. It was an interesting reaction how the media reacted to the Tucker Carlson interview and also this former farmer protest in Europe. In what way, Turma? Um, Good to see you too there, B. Hope you're doing well. Where were we here? So yeah, this is just gonna add to the problems, right? Hi, Frederick. Good to see you. There's still time to do some preparations before all hell breaks loose. They're not going to just go away easy. No. No. Be prepared to hunker down for a few weeks until, and it's not going to happen quick. Um, it'll probably be a couple of years before North America feels the effects of starvation has already happened during the first pandemic in Africa. They lost millions. It's just because they had a win in Germany. Yeah, a lot of right wing, they call right wing politicians are being voted in. Um, that's okay. We accept all kinds of thinking here. If you're a Trumper, I don't know. We don't know who to believe, Turmer. Uh, you know, who do you believe these days? We went over that the other night. Like, who do we really have that we could say is absolutely on our side? And mostly it seems like the low level people, because, you take people like Tucker Carlson wanted to be in the CIA. He was probably recruited secretly, which means he could be an asset, you know. Vladimir Putin himself was a young globalist leader. He went to school with all the other young globalists. So is this all just part of the play? Is there any part of it that isn't? Did they uh, did they compensate, or because they wanted to blame the politicians? At least that's the claim, right? They wanted to have the politicians take the fall for this, and this is the story that we've got. And the globalists would be left behind, right? They'd still be able to do their thing, but that doesn't really seem to be how it's going. And I don't know if this is pre-planned for. How could you pre-plan for that? What would you do? Well, you'd have a third row of people, right, that are really controlling it because we're just being shown the actors. They've all been to the WEF. Yeah, pretty much. These countries are looking to put down the boot. Hmm? No, I'm not a left wing or right wing. Uh, could be too nice for your own good. That's a possibility. AI knew their infrastructure would be destroyed. Yeah. How are they going to run their bots and surveillance and control systems without the infrastructure? Out here in Canada, just across the road, they're upgrading the infrastructure. What we've got is natural gas generating plants. I got one right across the road. Um, it's a misnomer, yeah. An act of kindness could be the last act you ever make. That's possible, yeah. It's more like pie. Okay, political pie instead of political spectrum. Yeah, right. Well, that's the idea, Turamir, is we try to look at all sides of what's going on. You know, I'll analyze it as many ways from Sunday as I can. Even going as far as to say maybe some of these people have our best intentions in mind. Well, even then, that's possible, right? It's entirely possible. Hi, the healer empath. But you know, is is one person going to save us? I think so, right? I'm okay with the political spectrum. It's like a condition. Yeah, like a sickness almost. Left wing is commie, right wing is fascist, like the No C Party wrote the spectrum to cover the whole ground, left to right. So they always win. Yeah. Trump is being concealed. They only keep him around to distract and cause political turmoil. And what are they going to do? Are they going to take us to war? I don't know if people would want to go to war. Yeah, misnomer is the word for something wrong. Actually, it's like a deception almost. A mistaken, a mistake. Yeah. Let's see. Best America. I don't support left or right. Support the Constitution. I think that's what got lost in all this. Yeah, well, I like how they, even Canada, they're applying the law. See, we hope for the rule of law, but how, you know, how is the rule of law being applied at the moment? You know, it's being applied like in Canada against truckers who want to demonstrate. But if you're for Extinction Rebellion or Black Lives Matter, you can shut down the road. And okay, thanks. That's all right. Um, some people might not. Um, if you want to shut down the roads and trade for Black Lives Matter, Extinction Rebellion, whatever, sure, go ahead, right? But if you want to do it for freedoms, to restore people's freedoms, um, you're going to get 3 rows of police sent at you. You're going to get debanked. You're going to get jailed. Our leader is breaking the law. Yeah, they all are. Justin Trudeau was, it was deemed that his calling of the Emergency Act on the Canadian people was illegitimate. So why is he not up on charges? Why isn't he being jailed for this? Our Conservative Party isn't even, which is the opposite of the Liberal, isn't even making any noise about, charging him, you know. Most times when he does get in trouble, they'll have an inquiry where one of his cousins, it doesn't really matter whether it's the other party, but usually it's a relative or a close friend will be doing the judging. And they find him, if they find him that he's done any wrongdoing, he might have to pay a $500 fine, but he'll get you, the Canadian people, to pay it. Yeah, they haven't got enough people for war, even, do they, James? They haven't got a full army. Even in Canada, recruitment is way down. People are leaving the army. People don't want to go to stupid wars. Once you realize that the war you're going to go fight is for a banker, you know, for some oligarch to get richer. Let's see. They're keeping it on the brink of war because frequency it generates. Well, yeah, that does help. Yeah, they feed off the negative side, and they're clearing out a lot of areas, um, and going to make farming pretty difficult. You put all that kind of chemical warfare, um, even with just the bombs landing all over Ukraine, that's going to poison the land. we need is tar and feathers, yeah. But I don't see that the hypocrisy has even landed on many of the people. I still hear people out there, totally sold into the byline that the mainstream narrative even. They're not even buying into the psyops of the alternative media. Yeah, voodoo doesn't work if you're not scared. That's true. Voodoo do. Uh, yeah, voodoo still does hurt. It's like prayer. It has the effect of prayer. I agree with Loretta. Yeah, we do need some tar and feathering. And really, you know, here's a funny thing. This politician we have, Pierre Polyev, okay, he's our right wing extremist Trump guy, right? So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Odd Fellows. Okay, let's take a little bit of a history lesson here. The Odd Fellows. Let's go to Wiki. Independent Order of Odd Fellows. Come on, Wiki. Wiki up, Wiki. This is actually kind of a fun thing. Do you guys know who the Independent Order of Odd Fellows are? You can look them up on Wiki. Um, Independent is a non-political, non-sectarian international fraternal order of oddfellows, founded in 1819 by Thomas Whiteley. Uh, let's see, Baltimore, Maryland, United States, evolving from the Order of Oddfellows, founded in England during the 18th century. Originally chartered by the Independent Order of Oddfellows Manchester Unity in England, but was operated independently since 1842. Although it maintains an internal fraternal membership with the English Order, the order is also known as the Triple Link Fraternity, referring to the order's triple link symbol. Um, Here we go. Let's take a look at their symbol here. So they have a serpent riding up a lady. There's their triad in the middle. Let's see. Interesting. But that's kind of an offshoot. Um, the Oddfellows were involved in the orphan trains, if you guys know about that. I know many of you do. The orphan trains were involved in part of the mud flood theory. Hi, Elderberry. Where the orphan trains were people who distributed orphans, and these were plants. And our Pierre Polyev is an orphan. He was he is an orphan, so again, we have an unknown lineage, putting him back to probably Jewish or Khazarian ancestry. Um, just kind of interesting side note on that. Yeah. The Odd Fellows, I also have pointed out the Fabian Society. That name just never sticks in my head, and I think it's a mechanical glitch. But this guy, Polyev, takes us right back to the orphan trains because he's an orphan. The orphans being put in positions of power, unknown family lineage. Uh, I wonder if the Odd Fellows were involved at all in any of his adoption. I would bet they are. Um, Polyev is a real puppet. He's just saying exactly what people want to hear. Um, we have one politician, Maxime Bernier, who is possibly real. I don't know that he is, but he says that he claims that Polyev is a puppet and that he's going to take on the globalist viewpoint and agenda as well up here once he gets into power, and possibly just fail, or possibly just fail miserably with his policies to further devastate Canada. No, we don't have any intel on where the orphans came from. No. That's expected. Um, some political analysts believe that that's the way they want it to go, so that the next cycle people will vote liberal again, and that the liberals or the Democrats will be back in power yet again. Um, so I believe they may pass this over, this cycle. They may pass it over, and they might even do a repeat. Wait, because they are building up infrastructure as well. I don't think they have quite the 5G surround grid that they want yet, not worldwide. There are a few things still that could use a little more work, and I think they may take the time for that. So it might be quite a while before we end up at their end game, because it is possible they'll just sit out this cycle, build up infrastructure, possibly try their pandemic treaty with the WHO, because that treaty has passed its time right now for Tedros to, at least as far as I know. Has anyone heard on that treaty, the WEF treaty? See where we are on that. No, that's not the right place. Oh my goodness. It's got a security thing and everything. Okay, we'll get out of that. That was weird. If you look up the WEF Treaty 2022, it had a it checked to see if you were a bot. That was bizarre. The WHO treaty. I was messed them up, FKD. Thank you. Write your own script. Yep. Go screw with their script now. Do it. Yeah. People put too much faith in politics. It's not up to politicians. Yeah. To reject this, it's up to the people, right? Um, but the people are sheeple. And if they have it on paper, people believe in the papacy, the paper, and they follow along. Uh, they're willing to do it, you know? So sheep people are not aware of what's going on that really we need to reach. Um, how to stop the world. Let's see. Pandemic treaty 1 month ago. Let's see. There's nothing up this week. Let's go this week. 2024. There we go. Wake Up Project. Share this. Hi Nina, how are you doing? Okay, so who exposed? So we know what the treaty is really about. Oh, is this Tedros saying it's not? Oh, this is an awesome update ahead here. This treaty is not to take control. Your country still no, they're not going to let me play it. This treaty is not to take control of your countries, your sovereignty, or your freedoms. We will be forcing vaccination on you, except, the point of the treaty is to do all that. So if that's not the point, then why do you need the treaty? If that's not the point, just continue as the advisory board that you claim to be, and not the enforcement board with the power of the UN under you. You know, total gaslight. Like these people have just given up on even trying to, squeeze in a little bit of truth. They're just straight up gaslighting everything. You know, when it finally comes out what they're doing to the children, even the far left won't be able to turn away. I think many of them will, last resort. They're so brainwashed. Forcing blah, blah, blah for your freedom, yeah. For your freedom, comrade. F. Kitty. I seem to be hidden or blocked on YouTube live chats. Not here, F. Kitty. Yeah, well, they're probably going to give it another shot eventually. They're not very creative. You have to think that they're using artificial intelligence as an advisor for this whole thing, and it can only be as creative as the people that have put the input into it. Oh, on Nina's channel, yeah. That sucks. Yeah, I hate it when they do that. That's happened to a few people here. Oh, you're just going to cack out on me, are you? Okay, try that again. Sometimes they don't like you doing searches, and they'll stall the internet on you. I wanted to see Mr. Potato Head there. Strange that on Odyssey you have to refine the search. Usually you don't. Usually comes up pretty quickly. Can do that to a whole channel. Yeah. Yep. The UN plays on words. They say it means United Nations, but un means undo. Yeah. Well, you think the they have to keep the Cold War going. They're used to comment on every video a few years ago. I never seen him in the comments section anymore, so I have to assume he never gets notified. Yeah. Small minds push to keep others from talking and sharing ideas and opinions. Yes. Yeah. See what's happening over here. Okay, you found it. Let's see if it'll play. I do love Mr. Potato Head. He's cute. He's a cute guy. He reminds me of Mr. Potato Head. I don't know. Mr. Tedros there.
Is mission critical for humanity. If it had been in place before COVID-19, we would not have lost so much. We would not have suffered so much.
How?
The generation that lived through COVID-19, we have a collective responsibility to protect future generations from the suffering we endured. As young people, you have the most to gain from a strong agreement.
Oh, yeah.
It's likely you will face another pandemic in your lifetime.
Oh, is it likely?
We can't know how mild or severe it might be.
I bet you can.
But we can be prepared. So we need you to raise your voices, to tell your leaders that you want this agreement, you want this accord. It's your future. And we need you to raise your voices to counter the lies that are undermining the agreement on social media, in conversations with your friends and families, and in any other way.
Yes, because further control means more freedom.
We cannot allow this historic agreement, this milestone in global health, to be sabotaged by those who spread lies, either deliberately or unknowingly. Because ultimately, the pandemic agreement is about you, your world, and your future.
Yes, and how much freedom you will be denied in it. It's he came out and he flat out said that this treaty doesn't, in the treaty it says that they can take control of all of the facilities, the radio stations, resources, military, everything. Even your resources. Like, what does he need your resources for? Why does the WHO, an advisory board, need the power to control a country's resources? Of course, we know that they want control during the pandemic, and they want control of all media. That way they won't have any dissenting voices. If they hear someone dissenting during the WHO pandemic treaty, they'll just shut them down. Maybe even put them in jail. So you're right, B. Freeman. Our freedom of speech is even under attack by the pandemic treaty. That's everywhere they go, they try to push one more freedom, Yeah. Me to foreign countries. Trudeau says the most important thing to Canadians is Ukraine and the climate. That's what we're concerned about. Although even their own polls show it's 70% of people are concerned about the price of things, housing, and immigration. Same thing in the States. Sad. They called the things George Carlin talked about comedy skits. Yep. They come in little square packets. They're full of a bunch of crap and yeah. That's good. Hi, Chloe. Glad you made it. Yeah, they're absolutely ridiculous. Um, and it's total gaslighting. It's on every level. Um, Hi, Lucky. How you doing? We'll open up the panel and he'll pop in and have something to say. I pretty much covered everything I want to cover. The right-wing MAGA extremists are coming. Yeah, I couldn't find it. I wish I'd find Justin Trudeau's meltdown video. Um, but it should be out there when it's not, which is kind of disappointing. These people should be mocked relentlessly. Um, Justin should be mocked relentlessly for his blackface, for his dressing in and making fun of other people's cultures. He does that on a regular basis. We've got lots of images of him doing that. But even the meltdown is hilarious. Calling people, in Canada, right-wing MAGA extremists. One politician even saying that America has unleashed the dogs of MAGA extremism on Canada. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. No, that was just Tucker Carlson coming to Canada to speak on his Free Canada tour, I guess it was called. He was coming to liberate Canada from Justin Trudeau. But the Putin Carlson thing, I saw a good portion of that. Nothing really unexpected. Um, right, rough. A little. Okay, you got every cord in your wrapped up in your tail yet? Here, why don't you sit over there? Here's the boy. He always gets a show. There you go, buddy. Hey, say hi. Okay, say hi to your fans. This usually makes them leave. I don't know why. Say hi. Yes, you're adorable. Good boy. Yes. Okay, you're not centered very well. There you go. Okay. Oh, get back up there. 22 minutes made a skit about 2 minutes. It's pretty liberal. No worries, figured there was an error. I haven't seen that, Lucky. That's hilarious. Okay, I found it. Yes, you were. Must be one of the mods. Okay. Something bad happened there. I got black screen for a minute. Okay, can you go over there, please? Your tail is right in my face. Yeah, we have an unboxing of a book of tarot. A book to go along with the cards that Marlena sent us. Better pose them. Yeah, that's a favorite thing of cats and dogs. Yes, you're adorable. So that was pretty much everything I had. I do like to talk about, I'm still learning about, let me show you that. Let's see, are we here? Let's go here. I have to pull it up first. So I'm still poring over this information on how, let's see where, there's a little, well, there's a chart of the frequencies used on how we're, oh, no, that's some of her accreditation. Let's see, where does she get to the network? She's got a nice printout of the network. Hi, Max. Is that it? Nope. And I'm trying to figure out how we're being used as part of the network. This W band, that's us. That's the 802.154, the frequency used on us for transfer of data. Yeah, there she's got the different nodes, nodal links kind of pointed out here. I'll have to find a little better presentation on this. Oh, here, hold on. There we go. Work on this and trying to figure out if there's some type of protection for it. Something that can be done to cut off the link. I'll have to do more research into that. Yeah. Hi, Curious Squirrel. Yeah, I know he does that. I am petting him. I'm rubbing his chest right now. Here's my hand. My beloved. Yeah, there's got to be some type of a defense for this. I've been looking into like noise canceling technologies and how they might be utilized to help with our health. There's some pretty interesting things I've found. Um, there's ones for well, they work on varying frequencies, but usually typically up to, I think it was, I can't remember, 15 kilohertz or something. Not very high. They don't go into the microwave. They only cover most audible frequencies. So up to around 10,000 hertz or something like that. But there were some interesting products, some noise canceling products that were attachable to the windows of your house, which could be good. Yeah, I'll post that for you. Let's see here. I'll give you the video.
Sensor since 2005 commercially available. And the DoD is selling curated database access to you using our same census and Doppler and heat and light and where you live and who you talk to, which is why the whole reason that led me here was when I realized that my county, whoever it is that I live near, my little town of 200, is looking through my bloodstream a 6G low band, and that freaked me out. I followed a link and I did the reading. So, nationwide, and again, this is 2022 February, for digital ID, jumping a geofence and catching people so they can't leave their geofence. Why didn't anybody tell you were wireless? Because they don't want to give you the remote control to your own body. So what are you going to do about it when the radar comes at you and she's ready with your DNA to end you? Because that's the lethal autonomous weapons statement I kept reading out of that college textbook. Yeah. So you can't hear it, right? Your body won't
I also have it
whether
on
it's
high
drone
speed,
or
I think.
transductive. That's a lie.
Oh no.
On my channel, and Odyssey,
Don't chew
it's full
that.
of electromagnetic warfare survivors, people like myself, that this stuff was tested on and then implemented at the industrial government scale for the Defense Intelligence Agency, the NRO, or whoever. And what you got to understand now is that you're out of time because they're going to war. And they've been at this since 2005. And again, my family was in 1969. So here on my channel, I teach biofield practice. I teach offensive and defensive. Defensive is great because then you're opening yourself around inside your own field and you're learning how to actually listen and breathe. But offensive biofield practice came last week. And I heavily suggest that you observe it before you try it and before you do anything.
Yep, you
Get
can.
familiar with your body again and correct
You
all
can
the
buy
things that taught
circuitry
you wrong
to hack into it
so that
as
they
well.
can access you with a remote, take away your immune system, because what's going to happen is the plasma charges, and if you watch DAP 2030 talks about it, you're going to live either way. But in time, you're not, and prepare, observe your environment topologically, epigenetically, and really understand that people who are complicit in all this stuff that's really evil, they will tell you your biofield's not real, or they won't talk about it. And then if they're involved, and about 2/3, I'd say, pardon my face, of this country is involved, they'll just pretend it doesn't matter and that, oh, it can't affect me. I believe this is the center of the Mao revolution they're trying on our country, because our youth biohack with this stuff and they know how easy it is to purchase that for $300 and have telepathy and affect people. And in Hollywood, they've been doing it for a long time. Well, now they've taken it a step further with tissue engineering transmogrification. And I said to people, I'm like, they're going to turn the bottom of your arm into a fish flipper. And they're like, no, they're not. And I said, yeah, they are. And so now it's here. There are doctors out there that are offering to change people's DNA and alter them into animal states, etc. Yeah, we know. That's what mRNA plays a part in. Okay? So step one, you've got to get honest about your physiology. You have an invisible body part, and everybody knows except you. That's a problem. Why? Because it's your body. It's that simple.
Hi, Don. Don McRon, hi. Everyone say hi to Don. So yeah, I can affirm got hit last summer. Hi, Gen 2 Gun. So she's doing her practice of clearing her energy right now. She has videos on this, I believe. I'm more for a defensive. I believe these practices, but I'm more for a defensive strategy at the moment.
Whole body. Instantly. Now project that field.
So she's talking about reinforcing your own biofield.
See how much
Okay.
force that was?
That requires
Whole body.
awareness.
Just take a look what the biofield actually looks like.
If you're unaware of the biofield and you don't know what's happening with it, and they attack it, and they will, and they have been. You got a better cell phone? Okay. Like, sorry guys, I tracked the pandemic, and they can say that it's something floating around in the air, and it is, but it sure as hell is more electric than it is anything else. I watched that, and I've seen it happen time and time again. They're going to attack us electrically, and we have been being attacked electrically. I even explain in other, if you want to go back, there's videos I've done how they've been this to us for thousands of years. You know, they've been using the fasces on us. What they're using now is just a much smaller version of a fasces. Much more tuned and much more, precise. It's the same type of weaponry, just upscaled. And we need to find some type of good protection for it, because they've already got most of the systems out. I don't think that they have what they need. Like they say, this was just a practice run. the next time will be for real. And we saw people dropping in the streets in Wuhan from the first images that were put out to scare the hell out of us. And that, I believe, was real. I believe they did drop those people in the streets. And I think they're going to do it again. They've tuned it, though, I think, because they're trying to put up... I always spell it wrong, F Kitty. FASCES, I think. Oh, I did that wrong. That's how I believe it is spelled, but Roman fasces. Let's see if I can get the proper spelling here. A weird spelling. FASCES. Okay, so it is spelled right there. Okay. Yeah, they hit, where did they, oh. They may have used their microwave weapons again. Their lasers, their space lasers, their giant space lasers. Where was it? Oh, crap. Let me check my feed here. But they used them again. Let's go to... So don't forget to wear a blue hat, right? Or carry a blue umbrella with you. They got giant space lasers. Yeah. Hi, Trace. So I'm trying to figure out some type of a defense against this stuff. I have personal defenses of grounding, but once they, yeah, human combustion. Hi, Robert. Once they hit us with the full magnitude of this weaponry, they can drop you in the street, just like they did in Wuhan, unless you can figure out somehow to either counter what they're doing. And I'm thinking a combination of technologies that's actually out there. There are noise canceling technologies, but they need to be taken up to the microwave level. And somehow, because I don't know what the response time is on these types of technologies. I'll have to check with a couple of friends. And like the window one would be great for ELFs that are coming in that they use. Those are particularly harmful on the human body, around 10 to 20 hertz. But it's the microwaves that they'll drop you to the floor with. They're planning to have a new, what was it, a lung disease. And that can easily be caused with EMF weaponry, with microwave weaponry. Especially the effects of it, if you look up online the effects of microwave weapons, it basically says it causes flu-like symptoms. So, Fache multicolored panel, big golf umbrella, yeah. Yeah, that's what they've done to it, yeah, Kitty. They've taken the Faches and made it into pneumonia was the one. Thanks for you made me think of it there though. White lung kids in China has it. Yeah. My theory is if you grew up in an abusive environment, don't break, they can't crack your frequency. Possibly. Possibly. Hi G, good to see you. The new X. Well, they're using a combination of radio and laser beam for deep space communication. Black Mirror stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, there's got to be a combination. I have to figure out if this technology, this noise canceling technology, can make its way up to the microwave range. And even if it can, I don't know if it could, if you could counter a microwave beam coming in. Conceivably, you should be able to um, somehow, like, well, you can cancel out the waveform possibly if it can work fast enough and high enough. But you won't cancel out the energy. You'll still have the energy burst and possible effects like an electrical discharge, an EMP that does disrupt cells and harm cells. So, but that would be mostly on the periphery and come out as burns, I would think, instead of getting into deep tissue, which is what the microwaves are designed to do. You thought lethalness was impersonal, but the 2x days before I moved, the spray schedule went up to every hour, all day and all night. Yeah. Hello, Mindful Exposure. Good to see you. So there has to be, well, it doesn't have to be, but I'm trying to work on a counter to this. If you get it, if you can get a sensor that can sense up to the microwave range, which I believe, now I'm thinking about it, we could probably do with a router. So a router through a noise canceling technology or program, and then I guess you'd have to broadcast an equal and opposite field, which wouldn't be as hard as you think because you're working at a distance from the emitter itself, which are on posts and poles outside. So in a personal field, you might be able to do it, creating a personal energy field, countering, but I still don't know the effects that would have on the human body. It'd be better to keep it at a distance, possibly building your house with a noise canceling shield technology around it. Just some thoughts I'm having, guys. But yeah, we really, this is our main fight, not a lab virus. That's a hoax. That's what they put in. Anyways, I can't talk about that. But this is the real weapon. This is the real bio weapon because it affects your biofield. What's that? What happens a couple times a week? Like, do you guys even like even as low as headaches? Like that's you can be you can have constant headaches from this stuff. Happy Year of the Earth Dragon, nice. Right, beloved? Watch my mouth. This is the real weapon that they're going to deploy against us. It does everything for them. It can make you sick, it can make you dead. They can corral you in with it. They can even manipulate your thoughts, your moods, with enough intensity and programming and access that they're working on. They'll be able to reprogram your thoughts at a distance. Yeah, the spray. You should go to Geoengineering Watch. I'll pull them up for you guys. .org and get onto his YouTube channel. It's not Geoengineering Watch. It's under his name. So, oops. But he keeps up to date on spraying, what they're spraying. Yeah, that's the that is the problem there, Milky Way. And there are technologies that she is displaying and presenting that you can buy for $300 to hack your friends and family, because each one of us has our own individual ID, and you can link up with that individual ID and monitor it. And with enough knowledge and technology, you can hack that person if you can get an emitter. I started watching it, it really impacted me, and I'll try to get the word out. It's easy to ignore in the background. Had to move to stop the death spiral of the entire family a while. Yeah, yep, you were right. That's exactly what's happening, Milky Way. So we have to get control of these technologies. That's where I'm at the moment. Like I've gotten some success over it, but what are we going to do when they hit us hard? We need something that'll defend against that. Um, Grounding is a great start, but we need some type of active. We can only work so far with passive. I think we need to get to active technologies to counter this stuff. Yes, people are more susceptible if they have a submissive nature. That is true. Otherwise known as possession, but by people. Yeah. Tinfoil hats. It is a help. Uh, I wouldn't dissuade you from wearing a tinfoil hat. Better thing to do would be to buy a hat that's lined with silver, or you can buy them. Um, you can buy clothes. I wear clothes that are lined with silver because I used to get sick every winter because of what they would put out at us. And when I started tracking it, I decided the only thing to do was start protecting myself. And it's really helped. I don't get sick anymore because their beams don't get to penetrate through my chest. So that is one successful technology. Ground. You can make grounding devices with the negative pole of batteries. This has a great effect as well because we can't ground all the time, even if you wore no shoes. Most of our environment is paved or covered with cement. Yep. I have several devices that I wear because I need grounding over large parts of my body. I stopped losing my teeth because of grounding as well. They stopped falling out. When I am unprotected, though, they start to loosen. So that is a proven technology to myself, anyways. So there's two technologies already that can help. Hi, Sab. Good to see you. Stack your silver dimes in your hat. Yeah. carry silver in your pocket, put a couple silver dollars in your pocket. I don't know if that would have much of an effect because it's not much area, not much surface area. But lead is the only reasonable shield for your cerebral cortex. You're diamagnetic like a bird. Okay, that's Spartan. Last resort, those don't have a solid sense self. Yeah, they can't discern to defend. Well, they'll see the problem is that what happens is these people, they don't know what's going on. They don't know that there's people that I don't even know the range of effects that they can cause. I know some of them. Uh, Dizziness, headaches, swelling, like pretty much all diseases. You can go to PubMed and they will have a study showing that pretty much every disease in existence can be caused electrically. Things like diabetes. In order to study diabetes, what they do in a lab is they take regular rats or mice and they expose them for a short period to 2.45 gigahertz. And that turns them into diabetics. The closer you live to a cell tower, the higher your blood sugar is going to be. And we wonder why there is such a huge explosion of diabetes. Well, take a look at your wireless network. So this is going to be their main attack. You can argue over lab. They put a lab here, a lab there. I don't know if those things are going to have an effect on people. They seem to like to put them into people, what they create in the lab. And Dr. Tenpenny and Dr. Peterson, was it? Can't remember his name. They came down to the conclusion that what was going on in the labs was that they were creating genetic toxins. Genetic toxins, basically. They would take a piece of genetic material and alter it to the point where it becomes toxic to the human system, causing illness, autoimmune diseases, cancers, and things like that. Spike protein to be released is one of the effects they were searching for. But a virus is not a living thing. It is a genetic toxin. Turns out diabetes is an autoimmune disorder. Maybe. Well, they can cause autoimmune disorders with radiation. That could be. So general inflammation, they say, causes most disease. And radiation certainly does cause inflammation. Switch to counts. So it'll work better? Nice. Well, if you take the bacteria as the immune system, which it pretty much is, and there's the endocrine system that they travel along, and there's various other materials and parts of the body that are filled with bacteria that do the job of protecting. Another thing it attacks too is the gut biome. A lot of people will have intestinal problems due to the release of radiation. Things like Crohn's disease are most likely involved. Yeah, all inflammation. That's right. So yeah, some type of an active technology. I have to talk to a few people about that because I'm not a electrician or that type, not inclined that way. But I know people that are. Yeah, I don't. The first thing, bacteria, I believe, exist. Imbalances in bacteria. Yep. But you take that test they use there and you run it for a while, and they can show that you have super Ebola. It's all a big, it's a big hoax. Can't say too much about that, or I'll get struck down probably. They're looking for any reason these days. Some type of, hey Alexander, good to see you. Yeah, finding some type of an active technology, um, other than just passive, because the only technologies that I've found successful for so far as a defense are passive. And if they start using it as weaponry, we have to come up with something a little more active. So any of you out there that know any technically inclined people, I'm thinking of combining noise canceling technology with like a router, wireless router, taking the incoming signals and turning them around in the negative form to cancel them out. And I'm trying to figure out if that's possible. I'm Sab's workshop, peeps. Okay, hi Parascience, hi Sab. But I think it's possible if the processor power is there to sense the I don't know, it would depend on the program, I guess. I'll have to talk to some people. I'm gonna go for another couple minutes. Again, here's the invite. Anyone who has anything to say, want to pop up? One of the most effective technologies that I've developed so far, I would say, is this. This works amazingly well against radiation and headaches and other. They like to tunnel in through your skin. There was a cure for Havana syndrome. This is all entirely not medical advice. Okay, this is just my experience. But this is a piece of copper wire with two grounded loops on the ends that go over your temple. This was a cure I heard on a show from a lady who was talking about Havana syndrome. So I figured out how do you do that, and this process seemed to work. It's just a battery. There's a battery there up to the negative pole. Oops, on that side. You have to make sure you're touching the negative pole. For those of you who can wrap one of those up. That's a very effective thing. It's a small 12-volt battery. You could use a triple A or a double A, whatever you wanted, really. As long as you hook up to the negative pole battery. Oh, there's G. Oh, let me get my headphones on.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, G. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Awesome.
All right, all right. Yeah, you were talking about the head mechanism,
Yeah.
and I wanted, yeah, it takes away my headaches. I know it sounds crazy, but yes,
My
it
wife
does.
uses it almost daily because at around 4 o'clock, they raise up the EMF radiation and she gets a headache. If you get a monitor, you can pretty much sometimes predict what times they're going to hit you at because they do it in cycles for a while. Hi,
That's
Alex. Good to
interesting.
see you. Just get the. Do you have the ElectroSmart on your phone?
Hey, John.
Good to see you, Alex.
Yeah, I still have the. Yes, yes.
How's the weather?
They look like cyberpunk. How's the weather in Aruba? I like these things Max makes. They look like cyberpunk or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
bracelets
love
are actually pretty cool looking. These would be pretty expensive. The bracelets themselves are $35, and then the other stuff isn't expensive, but they actually look pretty cool. You know,
yeah.
um,
I
kind of a
love steampunk.
kind of a cyber
I do.
steampunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm a Cyberman now. I've made it into the cyber world, right?
Lol.
Yeah, my wife does use it pretty
Oh, that's
much
cool.
daily. Um, yeah,
Oh,
uh,
yeah?
yeah, I use it all the time. I never don't wear it. I wear a hat. It covers over with a hat or a toque, and I just go about my day with it on because
Yeah,
I live in a big city. So for
I
me, it's
do.
just going from one effect to another because there's different things all over the place. Sorry there, G. What were you
Oh, I
saying?
think. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I think Alex might have a 3 second delay, so we'll allow for
Hmm.
that. Yeah, I think I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
I doing good. I doing good. It's hot in
Nice.
Aruba. Slow,
Yeah.
but I doing good. Yeah. But I think what Max was saying with the copper thing, is it due to maybe with the area that you are, there's a lot of like Wi-Fi network, like a lot of devices there compared to
Yep.
other places. Yeah, because I saw the map of the Netherlands is also very hot. Like there's Wi-Fi things like all over the Netherlands. So when you're there, you're heavy on Wi-Fi radiation. Um, yeah, all over. So yeah,
I
then
just
I
call
would
them.
have, but here
Yeah,
in
we
Aruba, there's
we
not much Wi-Fi.
yeah we've got a lot all over the place. I just call them grounding devices. Parascience. You hook up to the negative pole of a battery, and that acts as a ground.
Hmm.
So make sure if you're going to try to make one, do it to the negative pole. Um, I, how much voltage? Because there are laser pointers available everywhere. For what? Yeah, you can get pretty powerful lasers now too. But I wear it all the time because I can feel the different effects going from one place to another. One place will give me headaches, the other place will give me toothaches. Another place will make me feel like it's 20 pounds heavier. It just depends on what type of signal they're putting out. But I'm pretty much affected all the time.
Do you wear any shungite stone?
No, I bought shungite, carried around with me for a while. Didn't find any effect. Did some testing on it. Other people have done testing on it. It will protect you, but what you would have to do is make a suit of it about an inch thick all the
Ew.
way around you. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, all it does is maybe it might absorb some, but right around, with a detector, it really doesn't do anything. It's you'd get much better effect out of a thin layer of metal.
okay.
Yeah, I notice when I'm watching the news, I watch, television to get their idea of what the news is. Anyway, but you're right. It's like every afternoon I get this ringing in my ears all of a sudden. It's a pressure almost. And
Yeah.
yeah, and they're turning on something.
Yep.
Uh,
To the ElectroSmart here, and you have a smartphone.
I do, yeah.
Okay. You put this on your phone, and it will keep a record of what's going on around you, and you can map it out, like I did at the beginning of the pandemic. I got
The
this app.
electric smart.
Yeah, I got this app a year before the pandemic started, and you can set go into the settings and have it keep unlimited data. So it'll just keep recording the data forever. And so I did that for a year before the pandemic, and then the pandemic came along, and you could just see it. You could just see the spike right when it hit. And right after it hit, it would be a day or two, and you'd hear about the hospitals filling up. Then you'd slow down, another wave, bang, same time. So yeah, everyone should. You can set an alarm on that too, so that if the emissions get too high, it will put off an alarm.
Right on.
So
I
it's
will
a good
go
app
and
to
look at
have.
that. Yeah, yeah.
And what it does is it tracks every source of wireless radiation around you and puts it together in a total reading for you, but it even tracks new ones. It tells you the name of them. You can go into detail about their information. You could there are apps you can get. You could even track it down to its source. Each individual device.
Yeah, I'm going to download that later and see if there's, like you said, like we're on a cycle. So it seems to hit like anywhere between 5 and 6 p.m. my time here. All of
Yeah,
a sudden, ringing
th-
ears.
yeah. They
Pressure.
have their favorite times are like dinner time,
Ah,
so that the family is getting together at dinner time, and they'll make them all agitated. And then you got around 8 o'clock when people are putting their kids to bed. That's another good time to hit them.
keep
And
us
then
up.
around 11 to keep them up. So yeah, they do that. We might all be Max's monkey, an army of 12 monkeys. Cybernetics, yeah. Well, we'll be the only humans left alive, eh?
Have you looked into what happened in Chile?
That's it,
Yeah.
yes. I think that was the directed lasers from the space lasers. Again,
Yeah,
I was looking at some of the footage and I thought a couple of blue things in the wreckage and carnage. You know how
Melted
those lasers
cars.
don't seem to affect blue things for some reason. It's the infrared that they use, so the blue refracts it mostly. So if there's anything that's blue lying around, you have a good indication that
what sort
oh,
of
you have
device they use?
tinnitus. Yeah, yeah. I was told it was because of an incident, kid playing with fireworks. Maybe.
Hmm.
Try a grounding device with it's got loops on the end. See if it helps. I still get ringing in the ears every once in a while, but it's that high pitched whine that you get from the cell towers. It's always the background noise, but yeah, Chile got hit, Elderberry. I don't know what they claimed. What was the claim, that it was wildfires again?
Yeah, it went through a very poor
Yes,
section
they
of one of
say
those towns.
multi bomb.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it melted
yeah, big
everything.
that.
Though this time they had the firemen were there and they went in and actually saved a lot of people, I heard.
Okay.
Unlike the Maui fires where nobody went in and they were just
They were
trapped.
blocked from going in or out. It was
That's
ridiculous.
right. Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
there was a yard filled with school buses, but no school children, and they all disappeared.
Yeah, just that was crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're going for a really big land grab right now.
Yep.
That's my speculation. Something over there in Chile
So
must be
is it?
very important.
Yeah, Chile's a nice place to live. Nice
Hmm.
area.
That
I
happened
bet it is.
also. Oh yeah, there
Go
was a
ahead.
place in Mexico that also got hit like that few months ago, and not a lot of people know about it in Mexico. I don't know which part. I forgot the name, but also same effect. And also years ago in LA, all somewhere in LA, don't know where,
Yes.
also same effect with the houses. And then I
Yeah,
didn't
the
look for the blue pop,
Canadian
but
wildfires in
yeah,
Nanaimo could have been. They were part of it. I don't know if they used directed energy weapons on that area, but they certainly burned the crap out of it.
Yeah, basically LA in the Malibu area yesterday they had a 4.6, and then a few hours later Hawaii was hit with a 6.3 or something.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, they're playing with something. I'm telling you, they're making their little moves, whomever, the whomevers.
Yeah, they hit Syria with that line of earthquakes that devastated them, and then nobody's allowing aid in.
Mm,
You know.
yeah, another trap.
Yeah, that's what they do. They trap you, and they did it with the truckers too. The truckers were trying to leave, but they stopped them, and then they sent a line of police at them, so that they could have their insurrection. You know, it was entirely provocated by the police and the
Yeah.
government.
Oh yeah. No,
You know.
they're going to be infiltrated and, like you said, slammed into a gauntlet that they can't get out of, and then they're used as the scapegoat of, well, we had to do this because fill in the blank. Yeah, they don't want us to be too uppity. There you go.
Yeah, they don't want us to be aware either.
No.
I got sudden rush of tones now and then. Yeah, that could be wireless. It could be tinnitus. I won't. You can't discount that as well. What's no tinfoil hat for your place, Nina. But if you wear a tinfoil hat, make sure it's blue. Put blue paint on the outside.
You'll see me up there next summer on top of my roof.
Yeah,
Blue
I'm
paint.
definitely getting a blue hat this summer. You know,
Huh.
are you frozen there, Alex? Yeah, looks like you
Yeah,
want to drop out and come back in.
yeah, I think he has a little bit of a bad connection
There we
today.
go.
The weather's been off. There
There
you
we
are, much better.
no, yeah, the internet is shit. You know, but
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
no,
up to speed. Connection's better.
oh nice. Oh yeah, so no, a lot, yeah, a lot has been happening around the world. Seems
Yeah.
like it. Things are gonna get hot this year. Yeah, but
Well,
yeah,
they're going to
the
have
Chile war.
you.
Oh, sorry, go
Chile's
ahead.
probably going to be another 15-minute city. So is Gaza.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah. Guess they want to make another canal.
Yeah, they want to do the canal. I heard
Basically,
extra
that's
stuff on
what
that
I
that
understand.
there's gas reserves underneath, natural gas and oil. So
And let's not
extra.
forget the
Go
very
ahead.
nice beach right there in the Mediterranean.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
just that alone. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Power grab,
lots of
land
reason
grab.
to go there, and that's planned for a 15-minute city too, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Oh yeah. No, it's a land grab. We see it. Like, we don't believe so much in that ooga booga that they
Yeah.
tell us. Nope.
Yep. Where was we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Check out. Where is she? There. pins her, G. She's got some really good information I'm trying to decipher at the moment.
On what?
On wireless, on the wireless networks, and how possibly to make some defense against them. She's got information on how you can make a Wi-Fi sensor to basically watch people, well, basically hack into them, hacking into their biofield. That was the electrosmart. Yeah.
What? How hack a
Scary
person biofilm?
stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're being used right now. Like, okay, parascience there. You could be being used as a node in the network. That's what's happening to us. Like, we're being used right now as part of the network. They've already hacked the biofield. But you can do it. She shows you the technology that you can use to do it yourself. I don't know if you're frozen or not, Alex.
No, I'm listening. I'm just thinking how they hacked it with the graphene oxide, with the smart dot
No, they don't need that.
control.
They don't need that.
Okay.
They don't need it. They just sense your biofield with the wireless networks. So they sense your biofield and give it input. We each have an individual number. We're used as a node in the transfer of data.
Okay, so they can tap
Now,
into your energy field. Do you buy it? Can they manipulate it?
oh yeah, yeah. That's how they're going to make you sick. That's how they'll make you drop dead. That's how they cause disease, is by interacting with your biofield.
Yeah, I understand. Your biofield is
Now
80% of
it
your.
goes even worse than that. Like, you know, they can manipulate emotions, right? But they
Yes.
can hack into your biofield and start changing your thoughts. So, you know, way
Yeah.
really to beat that is being aware of it, you know, because you have to be aware that possibly not all thoughts you have are your own.
Mm. That is
Yeah.
by basically taking control of your subconscious mind, because that's how they get you through your
Well,
subconscious
they're
mind.
hacking the biofield. The biofield has to do it's like a feedback system. What happens in your biofield. They use it as a feedback system to alter. They can even alter the body. Right? This technology is really, people don't. I don't think people want to look at the extent of it because it is so invasive on a constant basis. Like, it's not just that they're
But it,
hitting you and you're getting a little bit sick all the time, and that it's shortening your life, and that people are getting diabetes and these long, slow diseases like cancers. No, it's so much worse than that. It's so profoundly invasive and not even and on a constant basis. Like, we should be charging these people for using us as network nodes. They're using us as a network. So we need to get paid for that. Poppy's got to get paid. I see lots of
yeah,
lawsuits.
but it is interesting. Yeah, I didn't know they. Yeah, I know they have technology also to program of subconscious mind through the television that they patent. But this is another level thing with the biofield. But it's a man-made device, so it's still at a certain frequency. So by like a person that has all his chakra aligned and is vibing at a high frequency, has a strong biofield, their device cannot manipulate it. They can try, but I don't think it's gonna work.
It is some defense. I don't know how well it works. I never rely on any one thing, and you know, I'm searching. Like, I know that I'm aware I even know when they're trying to mess with my emotions. I can feel it. It comes in like a wave. You counter it and put it away. But sometimes they hit you with physical effects through your biofield, and it's fast. It's even too fast for you to react. They put my hip out of joint one day, which was just a click, you know.
Wow.
I've been put into shivers. Me and my wife have been both put into heart palpitations, just instantly. We both had heart palpitations, nausea, weak knees. Um, any of that area, immediately we would probably would have fell to the ground. Uh,
Wow.
yeah.
Huh.
So the effects are devastating, and that's because of the power level. And with enough power level, they can overwhelm your biofield. It'll just start burning you. You know, stand in front of a microwave and tell me, that you're gonna stop the
Oh,
effects of
but
that.
that's more like the other ones I heard, which they call them PI, target individual. Also, they target them with some type of frequency weapon. There's a girl that was working. She was a doctor scientist at CERN, and she flee CERN to win on be a whistleblower, and they were attacking her. I remember she was giving out news in a room full of foil. Her whole room was covered in foil for protection. But it seems the energy was still coming through. It wasn't. It was helping, but not much. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about the TI, target individuals.
Hmm. Yep. Some of us are targeted, I think. Not on a high level, but on a low level.
Yeah. I really am beginning to think that when people like go into a sandwich shop and they throw a fit because they didn't make it right, I'm almost thinking this is just they walked through some waves and it just triggered them because normally people don't throw fits like they have been lately. You noticed?
Yeah, there's been a lot of, they've been playing with depression and anger a lot
Yeah,
recently.
yeah.
There've been a few people uh, online here and in my
Well,
life that have been experiencing massive bouts of depression, especially about a month
uh,
ago. If anyone remembers any depressive times at that, about a month ago, it was probably electrically caused.
yeah. Well, and I do know that at times, even in the way past, we'd walk through these scanning type things at the
But
mall through, big, like a Macy's or type store.
yeah,
And they said it was to catch their little tags for shoplifting, but I believe they were scanning us more than that. Like, yeah. So,
yeah, F Kitty, you can get on your phone. There are tons available. Get an EMF meter, okay, and just walk around your house, stopping every 3 to 5 feet, and do it like up and down rooms, like cover the entire area of a room, and look for the lowest spots in your rooms, and those are the places you want to hang out. There'll be lower spots in your house all over the place and higher spots, and you can pick the lower spots to go and hang out. For anybody experiencing, tinnitus or anything like that, or headaches and stuff, that can help. Getting hot and sweaty from my shoulders up as well, as like I'm being cooked slowly. Yep, yeah, that that could be. That could be blood sugar too, though, which radiation does. The wireless network does mess with blood sugar on a
yep. And
massive level.
I think so too. High rates of diabetes, I don't think is caused from sugar. I
No,
just, no, I think it's other
nope.
things.
Yeah, sugar ain't that
Autoimmune.
good for you, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not saying that we shouldn't back off on the sugar, but yeah, I think
Mhm.
there's more to it.
Yeah, the closer you live to a cell tower, the higher your blood sugar will be. That's been proven in studies. So,
I believe
Oh,
it.
really?
yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Those electric lines will get ya.
Yep, they create diabetic mice for the lab by exposing them to 2.45 gigahertz for a short period of time, and they become diabetic. Those are the humanized mice, of course, right? So, good analogy for people. So, the effects are pretty present right in front of you if you look at the studies.
Now you've got, not you personally, but humanity has got to look at this. There are people out there using this stuff as weapons. I that's why I'm because I notice they always are telling us over here that our armed forces are lacking because of this and that and the other. I'm almost wondering if they're kind of trying to intentionally minimize the physical presence in our armed forces because they're getting ready to roll out something new.
Drones and 5G,
Yep.
who needs an
Yep.
army then, right? Good
That's right.
point. It's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Just some machines, tanks that can roll across anything or planes that can
Yeah,
fly over and just pound it right down on people. Oh, yeah. They show us what they're doing with the weather. Why can't they do that to, an enemy?
right. Why not? Most of the war right now is really seeming to be drone warfare.
Yeah. They're getting ready
These
for
countries
just
are
that.
pumping out drones like crazy right now. They're obviously the wave of the future. So,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
it minimizes your own military's, demise,
hmm
minimizes, losing life. And you actually have a better sight. You're flying, it's harder to get at. I mean, there's all
yep,
these advantages to all of this. Now just, slap on a microwave weapon and voila. That's all
yeah,
I gotta say.
yeah. With
Oh
AI
man.
technology and all they can identify people by many different metrics, even by your walk, your heartbeat, your biofield. So, you know, using drones on a population is pretty easy to do at this point.
Yeah.
Facial recognition and all that. You can send drones out to kill anybody, and the drones won't question it. They'll just
There
do
you
it.
go. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's
perfect army.
how it is. It's scary. It is just like, what's next?
Yeah, see, they've got us all worried about the election and viruses and all that. Setting up the the actual prison is being set up around us in wireless.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. In many ways they're figuring it out because there's way more of us than them, so they have to have the upper hand technologically.
Yep,
Yeah,
and the ability
this is,
to go ahead.
oh yeah, this year is going to be a power play of authority. They're going to try to show their power because they're very desperate right now. And this year, this month is also a leap year, same as we were in 2020. And apparently, in 2020, you had the election too, Biden versus Trump, and you had the what's called the NFL finals. I think was Chiefs versus 49ers that year, and the Chiefs won. Now this year is also election year, and I think in the final is the Chiefs and the 49ers. But I think this time the 49ers is gonna win. Showing could be linking that Trump is what is gonna win. Actually, they're gonna try to do a lot, but
Mm,
yeah, and I know
And
it's not
then
gonna come good because with the Chinese, we just entered today in the dragon year, right? And Trump is a dog. Dog and
yeah.
dragon are enemy signs. So he's going to come back, which is going to be good for America, but the people in control is going to bring America down, and then he has to come and bring America back up.
yeah, if that is, I think, well, that's what a lot of the political pundits think is that he's going to be handed a lame duck presidency because the economy will be crashed because they're still holding up the dollar and the gold and silver and other markets. So when he comes into into power, they'll just drop all their support, and that'll just crash everything. Things will double in price overnight practically, and ridiculous things will happen. Food shortages, the whole bit is what they're hoping for, I think. Although if he does predict it, he can avoid it with monetary reform, clawbacks, and claw back some of the money that was put out from these people, and
Yeah, I
reforms
agree.
on fuel and farming and all that.
Yeah, I think Trump is going to they're gonna drop the ball somewhere here shortly, and then possibly Trump, if he's elected, I'm kind of thinking he might be. I don't know. I'm a political atheist, everybody. I just want to put that out there. But he'll come back and convince us to take what they call the poo-poo dollar, because the petrodollar that we're standing on right now will just totally go away, and we'll just have a country currency that won't be worth much. You're right. Inflation's
Mm.
going to go through the roof.
Yeah, and can they do the same thing? Um, with physical, will he do a physical dollar or will he do a digital dollar? Do you think?
That's a good question. It depends. I'm crossing fingers that the states will take this opportunity to go back to being states.
You do have one state that outlawed digital dollars as currency
Hmm.
for the
Which is it?
government. I don't remember which state, but they said that CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, are not allowed in that state.
Good for them.
Um,
Can only hope. I
yeah,
mean, I think when the time comes, it will probably be put up to vote on either, hopefully by the people, but I doubt it. It'll probably just be done in all the state legislatures. And who knows, that might be the division in the country. That might just be the final little nail in that coffin that just splits us all up for a while. I don't
mm.
know. Yeah. We're due for a split. Just saying.
Yeah. There's a couple of provinces in Canada that have mentioned that they can leave Canada. So
Yep, yep, yep. I know you guys are in the same exact boat we are. We just
yeah,
call ourselves different countries, but that's silly.
yeah, we're all Americans though. So
Well, yeah, we're North Americans. Let's
yeah,
clarify this. We're all the North
yeah,
Americans. That's all there
yep,
is.
yep. North Carolina. What's that? Oh, you're in North Carolina. Okay.
No,
States are supposed
Florida.
to split. Mm.
Oh,
That's
Elderberry says you think it's Nevada. I wonder. Oh, because of the gambling, maybe that might be a
Oh,
glitch.
okay. For that outlawed the CBDCs. Okay, might also Florida. Yeah, I think Florida did something too. You're probably right on that, Parascience.
Could it be Texas? Because Texas,
I
I
don't think Texas did it for some reason. You'd think that they
no.
would have been the one that did it, but I think they have a Democratic leader at the moment, don't they?
Good question. What the governor of Texas is? What, a Republican or Democratic?
I'm not
I know
even
the one
sure.
of Arkansas. The
I think
woman
he's
is a woman.
Republican.
Yeah, Republican. No? Because
Abbott.
the woman. Oh, Gabbett. And that sounds
Ab-
familiar.
yeah, Governor Abbott. Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's
that's right.
Texas.
He's a lame. He's one of those. Yeah,
We call them
he's
rhinos.
yeah, he's part of the system. He's a rhino. That's right.
Yeah,
He's a rhino.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. What he was doing, okay, you saw him shipping all those migrants all over the place, right? But what he was doing, shoring up the Democratic votes, because if they get more people, they
that's
get
right.
more seats, they get more power. So you
And
ship
yeah.
all those people to Democratic areas, and the Democrats bolster their power.
So, Max, do you think that after the elections, that's when the cities are really going to do a big sweep of things and send the migrants back to where, their countries and stuff? Or what do you think they're going to do after that's all been said and done?
Yeah. Who's going to go get them?
Trump has
Where's the money?
earmarked
Where's the
it.
money going to come from to get them? Right?
Yeah.
that could be one of the problems they come up with, the funding for it.
Well, I'm all
So
for people coming here if they truly want to work towards something. That's all, you know. But
yeah,
we know there's a lot of what they call sleeper cells and just cartel whatever is coming through. I'm just curious.
yeah, we could separate, you know, there are people that were just emptied out of prisons and dumped on us. You know, those people should probably be sent back. You know, um, again, they all came over illegally. So right there,
Yep.
they've committed a crime.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
and then they're given government money, which makes no sense to me.
Tax free.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. They're not they come here to get free stuff. You know, look what's happening in New York. With
yeah,
the
and
one
where's right? Where's all
uh,
the money coming from? Well, that's from us. We
exactly,
can't
we are
even
paying for it.
we can't pay our veterans as much as they're paying these guys. They don't pay our
Hmm.
people on disability, our pensioners, as much as these guys are getting because they get a free hotel room. They get paid $2,000 a month. They get a
You
food
know,
voucher. They get, oh my God, they get a bus pass. You
everything.
know,
They're
everything.
set up. Yeah.
They are set.
See,
They
this
get
is where I
all.
think we're making a mistake here is in the United States when usually you go to get a driver's license,
Hmm.
that's when you register to vote. I think that's
Uh,
no, 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 no. You can drive all you want, but it's when you file a tax return that you should get to be able to register to vote. If you pay a tax, then you can vote.
that makes
There you
sense.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know there are people that come here that are legitimately working,
Yes,
but
of
they're
course. And
at the same time they're still getting, as far as I know, government assistance.
absolutely. Yeah, they
So
are
you know
right now.
who is going to be able to buy the houses and condos that are being sold? Well, it'll be them on the tax dollar and
Yeah,
and
isn't
some of their
that?
effort. It's
I
you know
have to laugh. It's just
like
that
yeah,
crazy.
Canadians can't afford houses, but
But they can.
you get a couple of these immigrants together, they'll be able to afford it, no
Yeah,
problem.
put 10 of them together and they can get a house. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, well, it's so crazy out there. I don't know where to begin.
Well, it's gonna come
Yeah,
to an
even our
end.
clothes.
I know Trump says when he go in office, there's gonna be a biggest deportation ever. So
Yeah,
I think this has to happen because a lot of people, yeah, wanted they're pro-Democrat and shit. So all of it has to happen for to wake people up. And I see a lot of people finally now are like waking up to everything that's happening there. So
yeah. I could
it's
see
just to
that
wake.
becoming a bedlam where these immigrants, get together in gangs to try to sustain their passage in here. It's really the funding that keeps them here. If they didn't have the funding, they'd be on the street, you know. Like if you were
Yeah, but
given an
that's not a
option
solution
of
with the immigrants. It's like they have some problem in their country, so try to fix where they came from, so that they don't have to come to you, so they can build a good life where they're from.
yeah, like most of them are economic migrants. They come here because the economy in their country isn't good. They can't get jobs. Well, that was Soros and others that destroy economies, like he did to England. The British pound. He goes around and destroys economies and makes a buttload of money selling off the remnants.
Oh yeah.
So
Hey, give me 1 minute. Be right back.
people have to realize these NGOs and our government are in cahoots and stop it. Stop with these like even Trudeau there. He's a generational politician. Um, these
Yeah.
these generational politician things has to be ended.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a profession, people. It's a service, and I do agree on term limits bigly.
Yeah.
It's like that's where this country really went wrong. I believe even the Senate, all of them,
There was an interesting
term
practice
limits.
for some high level politicians in the Middle East. If you wanted to become a politician and have control over this much power, they castrated you.
Really?
Yeah,
Whoa,
so
that's
that
a
you so that you would have no progeny that thought that they had the right to rule.
yeah, no
And
Kim Jong Un thing going.
yeah, so this is something to consider with our politicians. Just a thought.
Can you do that after they've been in office?
Well, I guess if they
There's a
agree to
few.
it, I
There's a few
suppose if it
that
was
might be on
made
the
a
list.
rule, they would have the choice to agree to it or not, right?
Oh my gosh.
But
Oh, that's
Oh,
funny.
you can also put that before you become a politician, president, you take 10 ayahuasca sessions.
Oh, that's
mm,
good.
oh
That's a
yeah, that'd
sweet one. I like that.
that'd either sort them out or break them.
There you
But
go.
then again,
Well, we certainly wouldn't get
Yeah.
any more Bidens after an ayahuasca session. He'd be one
well, you
gone
never know
pecan.
though. The psychopath, if you go psychopathic, psychopaths are very good at fooling people. So
Yeah, but not on ayahuasca.
not on
That
ayahuasca. Yeah, we have to film their trips and see where they're going with it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea there, Alex.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I heard it from what is it called? Graham Hancock. He
Oh yeah.
mentioned it. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does ayahuasca
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
term limits, you can only be a politician for one term of, couple years, that's it. And
Well,
you
you see
and
our
then after
presidency.
that your family, because they might be in the know, are disqualified. Right?
Yeah. And no family afterward either. Like
Yeah.
no Bush Jr. No, one of your
No.
family, direct family has served, that's it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
millions and hundreds of millions of people here. Come on, we don't need the same 14 people running for office all the time. Come on. That's the mob. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Yep. It's the cabal. It's
Yeah, it's
you
a
can look
cabal.
back, they're all related, little
Oh yeah,
12-year-old girl
definitely.
found out they were all related.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Oh yeah, they've been running this for
Hmm.
hundreds of years. They're very good
Yep.
grifters.
Longer than that too, because these guys spawn out of the British Empire with their, the freedom of America.
Yeah, they
Those guys
did.
were all
Yeah.
those guys were all Masons.
Yeah.
You know?
No, we did not win the Revolutionary War. It was a compromise.
Yeah,
And England stayed over here ever since. The
yeah,
Queen.
Yeah,
like
that's why a lot of people don't know. No, yeah, it's the thing with Canada. You all are still under England,
oh yeah,
but on but apart, you rule in your own house, but the head is England.
yep, yep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Australia, New
Oh,
Zealand, the United States, all of us. We just don't talk
yeah.
about it.
yeah.
No,
You guys
we
want to be. It's like any
no,
country. You want to be the one that's exempt. Not us, man, not us.
Yeah, right. America's so wrapped up with England. I call it the aquatic triplicity, where it is, the city of the Vatican rules the religion, and the city of London rules the finance, and Washington D.C. rules the muscle. The military cover of it all. And if
Yep,
you all
oh,
notice, they're all in their own cities. They're all in their own districts. They don't actually belong to a part of
yep. They're separate.
the. They're separate.
that
Oh my
yeah,
gosh!
yeah, that
All
yeah,
in our
that's that.
face. It's
But
all.
that's the thing. I calculated. I was calculating the each country and their
Mhm.
animal sign in the base of the Chinese zodiac or the Vietnam zodiac and their life path and their personal year number. And I saw Washington D.C. is a dog and also enemy of the dragon. So it's not gonna go good with Washington D.C. this year.
It's the
Neither
butt.
California, because California is also a dog, meaning enemy of the dragon, and they're a 5, and in the personal year 8, so they're gonna go through a trend. It's not gonna go good for Washington D.C. or California.
Awesome.
Well,
Yeah, Washington D.C. is the butthole of Quetzalcoatl.
yeah, well, something's gonna be shaken up there. Something's gonna happen there.
Hmm.
Seems like it by the zodiac. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the lunar solar eclipse crosses us April 8th. Everybody's looking kind of at that date as the start of things. I don't know.
Say that again.
Yeah,
Sorry.
a cycle is going to be ending that day, and then, oh,
Yes, we're
oh yeah,
having a
no, a
solar.
cycle is going to be ending. A lot of cycles. Will be,
Yes, ending and beginning.
oh, yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
Also, Pluto moving into
yeah,
Aquarius. Oh, yeah, it's just all there.
oh yeah. This year, a lot of cycles are ending this year, and new ones are beginning, and few are ending on the 8th of April. Yeah,
Yes.
so you can
I
expect
agree,
things to get intense.
Misha. Prepare for the worst, Misha, but hope for the best. That's what I say.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely. And just
Nice to
I look
meet you,
at
Misha.
and I just look at things like I can only control what's 15 feet in front of me. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really. I mean, I'm glad I know all the world things, but I don't like let it grind on me because it's just what's 15 feet in front of you. That's all you've got.
Yeah. All we can do right now, Misha, is try to get the word out, and hopefully people wake up to some truth and don't go along with the next bullshit that's played upon us, and maybe we'll make it through it. I don't know. But they got to pull something big pretty soon, I bet.
Hmm.
yes, yes, you're right. They're gonna try another bullshit in few months again, maybe March.
Yeah.
In April, they're gonna try another bullshit. Maybe a month out before this month is something will start. I don't know because the Putin thing has also shaken up them a bit. The Putin interview, you know, he mentioned with the Nord Stream that it was you guys that did it, meaning the CIA. He mentioned CIA. So
That
yeah, a
was
lot of
hot.
things. Yeah, a lot of things is coming out. So they're gonna try to do a tie-up, I think. But
Hmm.
everything is for the awakening. That's all I can tell you. They're gonna go all out this year because they're desperate. They're losing power. They're in Spain. You have big protests against the prime minister there. In France, the farmers are protesting. In the Netherlands too. In Germany, they were going strong there. They're still going strong. Ireland. So there's you can say all over the world, people are waking up to the to the corruption and saying no more. So I
Yeah, I
know
do.
we're going to see more protests in the future, more and more.
Good. Yeah, that's what we need. Protests won't change the minds of the politicians, but they will help influence the minds of the people, and that's what we need it for. Even though even though if they don't see the protest, we still have an effect on them with our energy. So
Oh
it
yeah,
it,
the people
it
they, they have to just not comply. You don't have to go, gather,
yeah,
depending if I think is the what's called the not Syria, but Hamas protest, those type of thing, I wouldn't go. But it's just not because I can give an example on one of these islands, the Dutch island, the government was
yeah.
trying to implement a new law, and the people were against it, and the whole island, all the people went together and stopped working. So the government had to listen to them, and they didn't imply it. You know,
Hmm.
they all stopped working. So that's the way. But they has to be together.
Yeah. It's called trend watching, Misha. If you follow trends of things, you see these things unfold. So generally how it works. 12 stars for Crown and Leo. Yeah, these energies of these planets and these movements, they have an effect on people.
Oh yeah.
Just like the moon, you can look to the moon for that. And you can ask the police or hospitals what happens on a full moon. People go crazy.
The moon affects the tide,
Yeah,
water,
yeah,
and we are made out of most of our water.
yeah.
So
The planets do the same thing. It's just much more subtle and in different ways. You know.
water, emotion represents our emotion.
Well, they also have
Yeah.
magnetic fields, and our consciousness is in the magnetic field, and can be, like we were discussing earlier. You can augment the magnetic field, which is the biofield, and you can augment the person.
This means this
No,
this is
she's. You're
a
allowed to
challenge
think that
for
the
us.
claims are ridiculous, Misha. I don't care. Nobody attacked Misha for her beliefs. That's fine.
What is Misha belief? I didn't follow it.
Oh, Misha believes that I didn't follow it all, but Misha thinks she's being attacked for just saying that we don't have any proof of these things going to happen. And that's absolutely true. But if you
Oh,
follow trends of things and you combine it with things like numerology and other things that do have some evidence, yeah. No, I get you, Misha. Don't worry. Everyone be nice to Misha. Just putting
oh
out
yeah,
her viewpoint.
evidence. Look, yeah. Well, there's the border open. You don't know who's coming in. Look at
Oh,
New York
Misha.
with
Oh, okay. No, I
the
don't think Misha's attacking. No, we have to consider it from all angles, right? That's my thing. I like to look at things from all angles. I like to see in my mind, I think of Trump as our hero. I think of him as our enemy, because he could be both. And the only way we'll ever, you know, move forward is by having the analytical mind and being able to think of these things in from both multiple perspectives. If we're only limited to one perspective of thought, we can be easily misled. And, so, multifaceted thinking, you know.
oh yeah. Well, this year we're gonna find out with. Well, we know already Biden is working for the CCP, but with
Yeah,
Trump on which side he stands, we will find out this year.
he's
Everything's gonna
certainly
come
selling
out this
secrets,
year.
right? Yeah, we'll find out with Trump because he looks like a rolling steamroller going through these states, and
Yeah, and they try to get him with bogus charges.
oh, okay,
Like the woman accused him. He says no, it's not true, and then they sue him for
oh,
defamation, and then he
yeah,
won. Well, the woman in the interview was like, "Yeah, when I get the money, we're gonna go shopping, we're gonna go
oh yeah,
travel." Like that was not. It doesn't seem like you were a victim. You were just after the money.
yep,
Then you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Misha
So
is
yeah, people
demanding
do
proof. Oh, don't demand proof, F. Kitty. Or Misha. People are allowed to think what they want, just like you.
well, the proof. I tell you, proof is gonna come this year. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Patient.
we have to, like I say, plan for the worst, hope for the best. You know,
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
and
You know, there's a
we've
lot of things.
got to stay vigilant on these people. That's what we have to do.
Exactly. Awareness. Just awareness. Just so
Yeah,
you know what's happening around you. That's it. You know. So you don't get caught up into fear. That's the
yeah,
thing, because that's how they control the people is through fear, and it weakens your immune system. Your body will
yeah.
shut down. So this is just for awareness, so we know what they're gonna do, what to expect, and you don't fall into the fear and oh no hope or nothing. No.
Yeah, a lot of what is planned is being at least attacked right now, so that's a good sign. We're seeing multiple protests. Just the farmers protesting is a huge thing. That
Oh yeah.
outlines one of the major NGOs, and and then climate change and all that. Climate tax. Up here, they're planning to triple the climate tax. That'll put millions of people out of their homes. You know.
Oh yeah, they're working us
Oh,
at
yeah,
all angles. Try insurance lately. Have you seen insurance? Oh my gosh. Hey Max, I gotta go. Thank you
All
so
right.
much for having me up.
I got another. You're welcome. Thank you for coming up. I got another 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be listening on the sidelines here.
All right.
Che-
Thanks.
Bye bye
Thank you
everyone.
for your input.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, it's I like to see that device is working for her. Paula was mentioning that she gets headaches at the same time every day. Put on that meter I shared. Oh, we lost Alex. Um, get that Electra Smart meter and monitor your day, and you can get a live meter and go around your house and find the lowest spot. But hey, Sean, it's good to see you. Burden of proof is of non-belief is on the person who claims it isn't real. Yeah, prove it's not real. I would suggest protecting your mind and body from electrical attacks. It seems almost non-existent till it hits. That's exactly true, B. Freeman. Again, devices like I've shown you, those seem to have a good effect. Um, well, it's just Misha. They don't care to prove it to you. It's I don't care to prove anything to anybody. It's not really, you know, I do actually show evidence of what I talk about, but that's for you guys to share. All kinds of things, Misha. Yeah, do they use I think they use the Bible as like a guide, you know? Fulfilling prophecy is like kind of a guidepost or something, eh? Yeah, you guys, you can just mute Misha if you want, you know? There's that option. And she won't show up for you. If open minds and questioning, yeah, that's the way to be, right? And you have to consider all possibilities. Well, it's an ideology, isn't it? Kind of a strict ideology. Kind of make it dogmatic. You kind of think of that as religion. Oh, it's definitely religion doesn't use the books properly, at least in my opinion. Well, aren't we supposed to do our own research? Maybe a little bit, but I don't think she's actually trying to. I don't know if you're even a she or Misha. I don't know if you're a troll or not. I don't think so. Hi, Susie. Good to see you. We talk about all kinds of things here, so it goes all over the place. One of my favorite things to talk about, of course, is radiation. But all right, let's have a puff and be shutting it down in a few minutes. Yep. If somebody's bugging you, just hit the ignore button and move on. It's that easy. Look up Sundial and Hoover Dam. Yeah, I've seen that. that they have a lunar or a solar calendar of when the dam was built. Is there more to that somewhere in time? Uh, Atheism is the road to living with the monkey tribes, if you ask me. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. So there is more to that. Okay. Well, you have to. Can you send me some information on that? Here's my email. Yeah. Uh, I'll look it up. Yeah, it's good talk and sort stuff out. Yeah, I like to try to come up with some solutions and spread those. That's why I talk about grounding devices and metal clothes and things we can put on our windows. Now I'm going to check that out. So that might come up in our next show. The various devices that I've searched out. There's some really cool ones. I don't know what they can do for us, but we'll see. Yeah, don't fight with people. It's really not worth it, Kitty. Big author. Ah, good stuff. Yeah, right, curious squirrel. Just don't engage. It's not worth it. Save your energy for something else. Yeah, but it would be good to like knowing is a good thing, right? If you have proof, you know, spread it and share it. But we're trying predictive. We have to try to look to the future to hopefully save ourselves. If they're truly curious, they can look things up themselves. You almost got caught in it. Yeah, I try not to get caught up in stuff. But yeah, if something really interests you, go look it up. You know, don't shoot the messenger, right? I do provide some information and hopefully help to you guys. I don't know. I'd like you guys to get that ElectroSmart out, most of you, because it's a really great thing to have. Uh, I'll post it again for you. You put this on your smartphone. It doesn't work on a computer. Computer doesn't have enough sensors uh, to operate it. All right. There she is, 6 o'clock. That's dinner time for me. So let me just, the Hoover Dam, just check this out here. Hoover Dam sundial, sunset photos, secrets of the engineering, story of Hoover Dam. Not finding a lot on that about Hoover Dam. All right, we'll see you tonight, Nina. And 777 is wonderful. Couldn't figure out how to read the damn thing for 2 whole years. Still read it as a reference. Okay. I don't know what that is. One day it clicked. Yeah. Cool. Bless up always, yeah. You're welcome. Thanks for coming by, Para. Have Kitty. Curious Squirrel. Yeah, so I love hearing other people's views, you know. I like to see the people that disagree with stuff, you know. Yeah, you can mute people too, Misha. It's the way it goes, right? I don't know. Nina's had that happen where people are just being hidden. I had that happen to Desert Rose. So that went, I don't know what she did, but it eventually stopped, where she was actually hidden in chat. Oh, Kabbalistic Encyclopedia by Alistair. Okay, cool. All right, guys, that's all we've got for today. Have a great night until class. We'll see you then. Keep your third eye open. Use your intelligence and your intuition.